Hey, you guys, I had a quick thought about the karmics and false twin flames that I was talking about the other day, and I wanted to do a quick add on to that based on a conversation I had. It's important to remember that we have soul contracts with those people also, with whether it's a karmic partner or a false twin flame. We're not focusing on the difference between those right now, but focusing on the fact that with both of them, we have a soul contract that is meant to be fulfilled also. We usually also have past lives with them too, which is part of the reason for the soul contracts, because there is karma and lessons and traumas even that have to be cleared from those past lives as well. So that's why a lot of times when someone meets their karmic partner or their false twin, you feel a really strong connection with them, similar to how you would feel for a soulmate or a twin flame, because it's that soul contract pulling you two together. Like, you are meant to meet each other and you are meant to be together for a certain amount of time. It's just meant to be temporary. And at some point along the way, you will be shown that this is not a soulmate or a twin flame. This is someone you are meant to move away from. It is a temporary connection. But don't be upset with yourself. Don't be mad at yourself because you had these relationships with these people. Like, you're supposed to. You are supposed to have those relationships. They are giving you something in this lifetime. Lessons. But still, it is meant to happen for a reason. A perfect example for that is my ex-husband, who was a karmic partner. He is a narcissist and a karmic partner. And I'm 100% certain that I was supposed to be with him, even though it turned out badly, even though he was abusive in many ways, and it blew up badly, very badly at the end. So even though it became apparent that he was a temporary relationship, I know for a fact that I was meant to be with him for a period of time, because even in the beginning when we met, when I thought we were soulmates, he had a horoscope that was clearly dead on in guiding that we were meant to be together, because it was talking about a meeting on vacation becoming serious and resulting in relocation, like our exact situation. And there was more to there were specific signs that I got that, of course, I can't remember what they are now, but there were specific signs that I got that told me the same. So yeah, with my ex-husband, who was a karmic partner, there were more than one significant spiritual signs, like angel signs, in the beginning that I'm positive was spirit showing me that this connection, this relationship was meant to happen. I just know now that it was only meant to be temporary. It was meant to be temporary for the lessons that I was meant to learn from it. The path that it set me on, that was definitely a huge part of that, because it put me on a path in my life that ultimately led me to my twin flame, even though there was a gap in between and there was other stuff that happened in my life also. But it put me on the path that led me to my twin flame. And not only that, but without getting into all of the specifics, besides the fact that my daughter, who came from that relationship, I know that I was meant to have her, of course. And actually, his daughter, my ex-husband's daughter, stayed with me in the divorce. That's another complicated story. Her mother's in England, and we are in Florida, because he was from England and she moved. But I know for a fact that she was also supposed to be in my life. I consider her my daughter now, and I have for a long time, since she was 13, and I can't think. She is going to be 29 this year. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, sorry, I got interrupted and I don't remember exactly what I was saying. But I know I was talking about my older daughter and how, she's become a significant part of my life since 2006, 7, 6 and 7. And I consider her my daughter now, and she considers me, you know, a mom now, like one of her moms. And she doesn't even talk to her father anymore. And I know that that relationship was meant to happen as well for her, you know, finding me, for her coming to America, and for her own life and life path and what was meant to happen to her. And I also know that she and I have past lives together as well. So she's part of my soul group and my soul family, and that is how she entered my life in this lifetime, through being my ex-husband, karmic partner's daughter, my stepdaughter. So that is just like that. My whole story there is the perfect example of how those connections, those relationships also happen for a reason and are meant to happen. They have their own soul contracts. So just keep that in mind. Like, don't be hard on yourself. Don't get upset with yourself because of these karmic relationships that you have and what happens in them. I mean, you probably should expect them to be tumultuous because that's kind of the nature of them, but they are happening for a reason. They are supposed to. You do have soul contracts. You're not like screwing up in some way. You're not making mistakes. It does feel like a possible soulmate or something in the beginning. It's designed to feel that way so that you will go through with the relationship because you're supposed to, for whatever is coming out of it, whether it's lessons, whether it's people in your life that are meant to be in your life. I mean, I know there's a lot of twins and even soulmates who, you know, they have children in their lives, just like I described with my older daughter, or even my daughter who I had with him. You know, the children that come out of these relationships are meant to happen as well. So, keep that in mind. Remember that everything happens for a reason. Even when you go through tough stuff too, don't be hard on yourself, and know that, like I said, for the millionth time, those toxic relationships also have soul contracts, also have a purpose, and are meant to happen. The hardest part that you have is in being able to recognize the difference, but more so, I mean, like, come to the realization of, maybe it's a thought process of, I was wrong, this is not my soulmate, or this is not my twin flame, and be able to move in a new direction. And that's probably where it gets the most confusing, especially now that twin flames are more prevalent and more well known, since twin flames have tumultuous periods in their relationship too. The difference between a twin flame and a toxic karmic partner, though, or a false twin flame, is that when those toxic partners, they usually are narcissists, although not always. And narcissists, like, they don't have empathy, they don't feel bad, they don't have an ability to. So they are just crappy people and abusers, sorry, who are hurting you. I mean, yes, I've talked about how there's good and they're at their core level, but how they're functioning in the 3D, that's how it is. Your twin flame does have remorse, does feel bad, does want to make things up to you. So that's a difference. But yeah, that's the hardest part, is being able to recognize that and accept it as well. But anyway, I just wanted to, you know, make sure you guys understand that as well, that those relationships are happening for a reason and are meant to. So don't feel bad or guilty or ashamed of anything that happens there. It's supposed to.